So let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about parafoil and the mechanics of parafoil. How does it work?
Yeah.
First, how did you come up with the name parafoil? What's the significance of it?
Yeah. The parafoil is what the space shuttle used when it came into land. And instead of just using a parachute, a parafoil gives you way more precision when you're thinking about how you're going to land. So you get more control over where you land, how you land, what direction you go into. You have more of a kind of a foil. The idea of a foil is it's like a partner to you. So Parafoil just gives you that ability to be able to work more precisely than you'd be able to otherwise. And so we think of Parafoil as the instrumentation layer for leadership.
Hmm.
We call it leadership intelligence. My belief is that in every other field, there is some kind of instrumentation for you, some kind of telemetry. At one point we were all, for example, pilots. Pilots, when flying was first invented, would have kind of like a couple of pedals and maybe a wheel, and that was all they really had, in the early days. And then since then, you go and sit in a cockpit now, and it's full of all of this complex instrumentation because flying is a precision role that has the impact on the lives of a lot of people. Well, turns out leadership also has the impact of the lives of a lot of people. And so we believe that there needs to be an instrumentation layer, maybe not as complex as the cockpit, but something so that you get access to the instrumentation that you might need to be able to go and get better.
Absolutely. Now, how does it work?
Yeah. So at the moment, the way Parafoil works is you install Parafoil onto your desktop, or soon we'll have a mobile app, and you instruct it to analyze the conversations that you want it to. So when you have meetings with your team, be they one-to-ones or team meetings, you tell Parafoil, these are the meetings I want you to analyze, and these are the people I want you to analyze with, and then you seek their consent to make sure that they're comfortable with that. And then Parafoil sort of leaps into action and analyzes those conversations for you. And then using our proprietarily tuned AI model, Parafoil captures those conversations and then shares with you a report, almost like a retro or a report out, within about 5 minutes of every single conversation that you have with your team. And so you can look at that report, you can get it via email, you can get it via Slack. You can also go and look at your dashboard and see how you're doing. You get way more detail that way. So you can see, like, here are some choices, here's some advice for what you might be able to do differently as a result of what Parafoil has observed. So it may say, hey, listen, in this moment, like I was in a conversation recently where Parafoil observed that maybe I was being a little bit defensive about some feedback. I'm very passionate about Parafoil, so it's possible that I am, but I wasn't aware of it at the time. So I was like, And so I got the feedback from Parafoil, and I actually cut paste the feedback and forwarded it onto the person who I was in a meeting with.